Board of Equalization and Review. Mr. Sluss.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's the status of the assessor's office in conjunction with working with the taxpayers of the county of Kanawha?
Our appraisers have been working steadily with taxpayers calling in, and right now we don't have any petitioners requesting a formal hearing yet, but there's always a possibility that some might come. But
just so I can understand, by law, the Secretary of Tax and Revenue, also known as the Tax Commissioner, requires your office to evaluate property how many years on a cycle?
It's a 3-year cycle, but we have to do what they call yearly maintenance. So if any neighborhood gets out of alignment by the sales, even though it's still within this, or it's not time for their 3-year review yet, we still have to hit that neighborhood.
And then you're required to send out what I call overage letters when you raise taxes more than 10%. Is that correct?
When we raise values by 10% or more, we're required to send out a notice to the taxpayer.
You say value, I say taxes. At the end of the line, people pay more, correct?
Yes, correct.
You do that because the code requires you to do that,
Exactly.
correct? How many of those letters did the assessor's office send out? How many?
20,000.
So 20,000 people in Kanawha County got a letter saying their taxes, property taxes, are going to go up by more than 10%. Is that
is
correct?
correct.
And you did that because of the state law, correct?
Correct.
Is there any other business that we need to take care of this morning?
No, like I said, there's no one here for a hearing this morning. Steve and his department are working diligently with the taxpayers, and like I said, so far we haven't had anybody request an appeal yet.
Mineral night is when?
The 18th.
18th, and that's when we have people come in and talk to you first, and then our office here about valuations of coal. Have we gotten any of the normal letters yet from the state tax commissioner where they've indicated there's been an error made on those evaluations?
No, sir, not yet this year.
You believe we'll get one?
I don't think we're not hearing. Usually we hear some kind of indication, but this year we're not. So.
Usually we get a phone call on that.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's two things. We're going to be asked to take a position pretty soon on the new proposed legislation. Basically, Commissioner Shores, they're proposing, I think it's going to pass, to extend the Board of Equalization Review and do them again in October. Are you aware of that?
I was not aware of that.
Okay. Mr. Sluss, has your office looked at that?
We haven't looked at that yet. This has just been recently hammered out. The original bill, Senate Bill 484, was mostly notice requirements and a few things like that. So they weren't going to affect our office too much because the notice requirements that they were putting in there were what we already do.
Well, under this proposal, and I moved that the assessor's office review the proposal in our next BOR meeting, come back and give us your position on it. Do I have a second?
Second motion.
All those in favor say aye. It sounds very good. It sounds like you're treating taxpayers with respect, which I think we all do. You have to pay the taxes under this proposal, and there's a certain burden goes with them. It sounds okay, except I think it still it's going to create a special class of taxpayers.
Well,
yes, it is. That's what it's going to do.
You know, anytime you move this to after the tax tickets come out, you create some uncertainty with the budget.
Of course.
You've already created the budget, you've already started collecting revenues, and you've already started spending into that fiscal year.
You would think the Board of Education would be concerned about this. Shelley, I think we ought to send a letter to the Board of Education telling them, get a copy of the proposed legislation and see if they have any concern about it. Same thing to the library board, same thing to our levying bodies. Am I correct on that? Okay.
Yeah, because this affects that uncertainty to all of them.
Okay. Right. Hoppy, anything?
Where is it? What committee is this in, or where is it? What's the
Senate Finance. I think it's originating there. I think. I think it's Senator Helmick's bill. I mean, it sounds really good. It sounds like a compromise from the original craziness they wanted to do. It sounds good, except I guess they'll think we're just trying to get out of having meetings. Don't we meet in October anyway? The concern I have, frankly, is that you mark my word, you're going to create a special class of taxpayers.
Oh, gosh.
You're going to have the very wealthy, the large out-of-state companies constantly trying to get, I'll tell you what, corporate welfare. That's what they ought to call it, because that's exactly what it is. Will it apply to everybody? No. The average taxpayer isn't going to take advantage of this, will they? I don't think so.
Probably not.
Probably not. They'll claim that they can, but they won't. The average taxpayer doesn't have a warehouse full of lawyers and lobbyists and accountants. They do. Mr. Sluss, any further business?
No, sir.
Mr. Duffield, anything we need to know from you? Okay. All right. Commissioner Shores, we have the minutes to approve. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Pardon me? Aye. No, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. The minutes are approved. I assume, Commissioner Shores, we follow our standard protocol that we'll sign them after the county solicitor reviews those. And we had no business the last time whatsoever. I think it will simply say we met and we adjourned, right? Well, I assume y'all can handle that taxing responsibility. Is that okay, Hoppy?
Very good. Very well explained.
Is that okay, Mr. Sluss?
That's okay with us.
All right, thank you very much. Your office is doing an excellent job, and we appreciate that. Is there any other business? Mr. Sluss, are there any taxpayers here to see the Kanawha County Commission sitting as the Board of Equalization Review?
Is there anybody out in the hall?
Hearken.
Nope.
Nope. Let the record reflect that the Kanawha County Commission met, fulfilled our required statutory obligation. We met, had an appropriate quorum. Commissioner Shores participating telephonically pursuant to our rules. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the minutes are approved and docketed.
Thank you.
Good job, Mr. President.
Thank you, Hopping. Thank you.